property, or the negotiation if there is some issues that the seller have to handle. So the realtors will be and should be working with you throughout this negotiation, and with their experience and with their commitment, you will get a better result as far as you're negotiating with the seller, because the seller might be an experienced owner, or he might be a flipper, or he might be a person who difficult to negotiate with. So you need some body with the skill عشان to help you maximize your
واحيانا بتكون حاجات بسيطه، بتكون مثلا في العمل انسبكشن في البيت، تلاقي حاجات بسيطه ما بتتصلح هتكلف 2000 3، فممكن واحد ممكن يساعدنا الريلتور يقول لنا نيجوشيت انه الاونر اللي يصلحها بدل ما انت تصلحها. ففي حاجات بسيطه الواحد ما بينتبه لها ممكن توفر عليه 1000 2000 3000 او في السعر تنزل له او يستفيد في حاجات ثانيه. فدي الخبره، دور الخبره مهم جدا في مساله النيجوشيشن.
So once all this process is finished and the appraisal is done, the repairs are done, and all of that, the lender and the real estate agent for the seller and for the buyer, all of them will say, okay.
معلش بس مقاطعة سريعة للتوضيح. في ميزة القانون الأمريكي زي ما قلنا في مسألة الإيثكس اللي هي شو بالعربي؟
يعني أخلاق المهنة.
أخلاق المهنة اللي بتضمن إنه الريتر ما يخدعنا ما يغشنا. فعندهم قانون جميل جدا إنه أستاذ مرغني هو واقف مثلا مع اللي حيشتري البيت، ما ممكن يجي برضه يقف معي أنا اللي ببيع البيت. فبيكون عشان ذكر إنه في تو ريلترز، السيلر والباير. فدي برضه مسألة مهمة لأنه ده بيحمي ده وده بيحمي الثاني، يعني عشان كده مسألة الكونفليكت. فذكر إنه بيكون في multiple realtors. معلش واصل في قصة.
نعم. يعني there is multiple realtors. In some instances there might be one realtor, but we will talk about this in another meeting or another presentation. So once all of that is done, and just to get back a little, all of these steps we talked about until the closing date, we have a timeline on the purchase offer before we even send it to the seller to sign it. So that contract, it has a timeline we can put up to the hour for the seller on the contract. This contract is valid for the next 3 hours, or for 24 hours, or for 5 days. You can select. But once it's signed by him, within the contract, we have 2 weeks to do the inspections. The lender have 4 weeks to do the financing and send us a written commitment. And then maximum of 6 weeks we will be closing.
Yeah.
We can close earlier, but usually if you want to close later, that will create problem with the seller. So we always want to be staying with that timeline because it's important. Our time is important, and everybody involved in this transaction, their time is important, and that's why we want even our buyers and sellers from the very beginning to know this timeline. We will try to stay strictly to it unless something out of our control is changing it.
Okay.
And so once we reach this stage, everything is ready, then there is the closing date, which usually happen at the lender's location. The lenders being a bank or a mortgage company, then we go there. The buyer will sign the documents for the bank for getting the mortgage as they have agreed to it, and the seller will sign the documents transferring the ownership of the property to the buyer as the minute everything is signed that date. Okay. And here I would like just to talk about another issue we didn't cover. During these 4 weeks, the sellers are in most of the states if not all of them, are required to give you a clear title to the property. And so one of the reasons we have those 4 weeks or almost 6 weeks, because there is a title work has to be done. And the title work, there is specialized companies that they work on the title to make sure that the title that the buyer is getting is clean and clear from any liens.
دي مسألة مهمة جدا للتوضيح. يعني مثلا واحد ما دفع ضرائب، فالفدرال جفرمنت بيقوم تاخذ منه حاجات، وممكن يقولوا لا احنا بيتك ده ما تقدر تبيعه، فهو هي اونز ات وبيدفع اقساط وكل حاجه. فدي الوظيفه المهمه برضه، بيقوم بيشوفوا التايتل بيقول كلين، ما زي العربيه فيها حادث، ما معناتها البيت مضروب، البيت تمام. لكن الشخص اللي بيبيع ده مرات ممكن ممنوع، ممكن عليه داخل بمساله بتاع الطلاق، وزوجته المفروض تشيل جزء ومفروض يشيل جزء، في حاجات كثيره بتحصل، فالتايتل ما بيكون كامل للبيع بالطريقه الكلين بقصده يعني. فشكرا انك نبهت الحكايه دي. عشان كده لازم الواحد الواحد المسؤول بنفسه ما بيعرف، لابد انه through the process اللي ذكرته ده. ايوه.
No. So that clear title has to be prepared, and it has to be ready for the closing. And so on that date, the new owner will have the key to the house and say, if we sign at 1 p.m. on Friday afternoon. From that minute, now the new owner on the property, and the old owner got his check, and the ownership has been transferred. The tax liabilities have been transferred, and so you walk out of that signing and you own your property.
نايس. ان شاء الله ربنا يوعدنا كلنا اجمعين نصل المرحله دي واليوم ده ان شاء الله. في نقطه برضه مهمه جدا، يعني مساله انه مذكر انا كنت في الجامعه مشيت اشتريت اول عربيه في حياتي، فكنت شايف حاجه صعبه جدا، تمشي العربيه واعمل انسبكشن واستخدم له باظت وتمشي وتجيب التايتل وامشي انقله هنا واجيبه هنا. لكن وصل انه عملناه اول مره ده الحكايه دي سهله جدا، يعني وصل ده في البروسيس سهل.
Yes.
احنا لسه بنتكلم عن تفاصيل كثيره جدا وبخبره كثيره جدا دقيقه ما شاء الله. لكن الموضوع actually it's a lot of fun. يعني الواحد لما يكون بيفتش على بيت وتشوف البيت ده والبيت ده، وتمشي انت وزوجتك او انتوا واولادكم مع بعض مثلا، والزوجه او زوجها وكذا الاسره مع بعض، وتشوفوا البيت ده طيب ده كبير ده صغير، يعني الرحله نفسها جميله جدا وشيقه جدا، وبعدين شو بتغير في مسار حياتنا. يعني حاجه جميله جدا ان الواحد يمتلك البروبرتي بتاعته. وبعدين دي الميزه بتاعت الاكسبرتس، لما نمشي انا مع الريلتر، وظيفه الريلتر من وظائفه انه شنو بيسهل لي البروسيس، لانه عنده الخبره. فالخبره دي برضه دورها انه بتسهل لنا البروسيس، بتخلينا نحققها بطمانينه. كل اللي بنطلبه لو ما اشترينا بيت قبل كده انه نبدا بدري. يعني لو انا مش الليله ولا 6 شهور، لو بعد سنه سنتين داير اشتري بيت، من هسه وي ستارت كونتاكتنج الريلترز زي ما قال، نشوف مين الريلتر. انا في حالتي مثلا داير امشي عن طريق استاذ مرغني مثلا جالي، فمن الان ببدا اتصل بيه، طيب انا وانا باي وات شود اي دو، ايه اللوكيشنز، عشان ابدا اجهز نفسي. البروسيس يبقى لي اسهل ويبقى لي فن. يعني عاوزين الخطوات دي تكون فن، يعني نمشي احنا كاسره نشوف البيت، نشوف المواقع، اوريدي جنب المدرسه، جنب الباص، ده بعيد من كده، ده قريب من المسجد، بعيد من المسجد، ده قيمته طلعت نزلت، اقدر اقيم واقدر استفيد من الخبرات دي. طيب في سؤال بالذات في الايام دي، يعني احنا شفنا البيوت السعر طالعه سريعه جدا في الفتره، يعني كان طالع اصلا، بعدين في الفتره الاخيره طالع شديد. هسه مع الانترست ريت ما اعرف انها حتجيب ايه الفوركاست من خبرتك؟ طبعا ما بقدر بعرف المستقبل، لكن من خبرتك how do you see the what's your forecast بالنسبه للفيوتشر للبيوت والريل استيت؟
From our experience, even though يعني فترة الكوفيد دي is very unusual, one in a century event that happens, that things are beginning to calm down as far as prices going up. And also multiple offers have stopped in the market right now, except in very few markets in high ends properties. But now the craziness of multiple offers and people paying 20, 30, 40,000, this is gone. Right now, the market is trying to reach a stage of equilibrium. So there is, in some markets, you will find, if you look into the prices, that prices are coming down because people were trying to reach the high market. So, and the houses are sitting longer in the market. So sellers with the consultation with the realtors, they are convinced, and now they have to reduce their prices. So there is a price drop down, but we don't see any sign right now for a lot of predictions about, market collapse, or 2007, 2008, where a lot of things has came down like half the price, or sold for. That is not seen now because of the state of the economy. So I would say the market is reaching equilibrium, and the prices are coming down, but coming down within reason. The rates of increase also in prices are coming down. The only challenge now is that the finance and the mortgage rates, they are up. But again, that differs from one person to the other, from one market to the other. If somebody is ready to buy, they shouldn't, totally say, okay, I'm not going to buy right now. He should be open-minded and look at the figures and work with the realtors to see if there's good offers still out there in the finances, because there is still some places which I can offer finances below 5. There is new builders, there is credit unions, and also there is adjustable rate mortgage, which they call ARMs. Those are also are good option during this period. And of course, we are not financial professionals, but you can talk to and we can connect you with financial professionals who can educate you more in that regard.
وبالآن قصدك إنه لو أنا أخذت interest rate عالي في الوقت الحالي؟
Yes, it can be. Actually, the ARM will give you a lower interest rate for the next 5 years, 7 years.
Okay.
And then it will go higher after that.
Okay.
And that's why they call it adjustable rate mortgage. It will be locked for another 5 or 10 years formula at a lower rate. And then after that, it will go very high rate. But the people who use it, that means after 10 years, they might be selling the house. So it's not going to affect them. Or after 5 years, the rate dropped, they will go and refinance and now go with the lower rates for 30 years. And that's why ARMs are very popular nowadays.
Excellent. طيب يعني اديتنا معلومات، اتحفتنا معلومات جميله جدا، شجعتنا نشتري البيوت، سهلت لنا الموضوع، شرحت لنا نحن اوريدي بعدين وفي حاجات ما فاهمينها. ف what's your final advice؟ يعني final advice زي ما قلت احنا الكوميونتي بتاعتنا فيها مجموعه ناس قاعده هنا 10 15 سنه بيشتغلوا وعندهم W2s وعندهم كريدت، اكيد ما يشتروا بيوت. في ناس لسه جايين جداد لسه بيفهموا في السيستم، شراء البيت ما في الرادار بتاعهم. يعني ادينا one more زي ما بيقولوا درايف كده، انه اقنعنا كده اقناعه اخيره، يعني ليه نشتري بيت؟
Okay. I will go back to what we started with, is changing your mindset. I had last 2 months ago, I closed a house for a buyer who came now. He's only 4 years since he came as an immigrant to the US.
Nice.
But when I met with him earlier, when he came in, he told me, this is my plan. I told him what to do, and he did everything exactly, and he bought a house.
Yeah.
So changing your mindset, start right now on your plan. No matter how difficult your situation now, just be honest and face it. And talk to the right financial people, or get the right advice and start your plan. And they can tell you within 24 months, you will be ready to buy a house. Within 10 months, you will. So start right now, change your mindset, and نسأل الله التوفيق.
يعني ربنا يوفقنا على كلامك ده. عايزين نشكرك على وقتك الغالي وعلى خدمتك الجميلة، وإن شاء الله هنستضيفك في المستقبل أكثر وأكثر.
شكرا جزيلا، وإلى حلقة أخرى إن شاء الله.
نشكرك أمير.
الله يسلمك.
الله يسلمك.